Sparring in Jeet Kune Do might not be that what you think it is. Hi guys, in today's video we're going to talk about sparring in Jeet Kune Do. In our organization we don't like to call it sparring, we like to call it fighting, because it's used different than sparring in usual martial arts. So usually you would also in Jeet Kune Do see people sparring, and they're going to spar like in tournaments, martial arts, like in kickboxing or MMA. They would use same kind of attacks. But in Jeet Kune Do, also in sparring or in fighting, you use the same principles like you would use it in street fighting. So you would attack the closest target with your longest weapon, and you would attack vulnerable targets. You would train to attack these targets no matter what the opponent does and no matter how he moves. If we gear up and we have our protection, when you spar in Jeet Kune Do or when you fight in Jeet Kune Do, you should learn how to counter attacks. Doesn't matter what kind of attacks. This can be punch, this can be kicking, this can also be someone who tries to close the distance, tries to grab you. Doesn't really matter. What you would do is concentrate on the targets. You can split your training on attacking just one target or attacking two targets and then attacking all targets. Also you can split, so your training partner attacks you just with hands, then with feet, then with everything. For example, you defend against punching and he tries to reach you and you just defend with your kicks. Sometimes, like here, if you feel you have the distance, you can also attack first. So as you can see, I was concentrating on the nearest target, and this would be the knee, because the way he stands, it's easy to attack the knee. He attacks in the higher line, and I defend in the lower line because there is the opening. He can also stand a different way, not like in Jeet Kune Do, let's say like more square stance. If he stands like this, in this case I can concentrate on the groin, but also on the legs, so you could split here your counters. So you can also vary the speed that he's using for his attacks, so you can get comfortable with slower attacks and then speed up. So this would be slower one. So there are different targets. You can also attack ankle, as you can see. But important thing here is to train safe, because believe me, you can injure your training partner very fast, because the kind of attacks we use, and you attack these points or you attack these points, this is very vulnerable and you can break this very easily. So do these kinds of training only if you have control over your techniques and you can train safe. So then you can concentrate on your hands. Let's say your training partner attacks with the legs and you counter with the hands. He can also kick you with a roundhouse kick, like with this leg or with the other leg. So let's see, he goes slow, and then here you can also counter with your hands. And then you can intercept the moment he comes in. You can also go back. And then you can come here. You can use your legs for this. You can go to the groin, or you can evade. You can go here and come back with a side kick to the leg. So you can see, doesn't matter what he does, you attack vulnerable targets, you go to the groin, you go to the knee, you go to the chin, and if you use protection goggles, you can also go to the eyes. When he kicks, you can train intercepting, so you attack the standing leg, or you go backwards, you evade, you come back, and you attack the leg then. So here you would use fencing ideas of attacking. When he kicks, you can counter with your long hand, or you can counter with your long leg, so long hand technique, long leg technique. And all this you use in so-called sparring, and try to utilize your techniques as clean as you can, and then you can speed up the training and do this faster if you have enough control. So you counter all the time, and at some point you can say, okay, now nobody attacks, everybody attacks, so there's no counter, no attack, and everybody uses everything, because these kind of attacks are very strong. Even if you don't go hard, but he is stepping in, you go like here, you can still injure him, and you can, believe me, even this slightly kick, he can feel this, and well, train safe. So I hope you understand now what it means to spar in Jeet Kune Do. It's not like in kickboxing or in MMA or in boxing, this kind of sparring where you exchange punches and where it's more sport oriented. This is street oriented. Of course, there's a bit more to this subject, but just so you have a rough idea how this works. So guys, I hope you liked this video and see you next time.